So if you follow my finger down, you should be able to see something there on the bank that looks pretty interesting if you know the Chig and what he likes. This ought to be a great little adventure today. I've been really looking forward to this, coming back to this spot for quite a while. It's been a couple years since I've been here. About half a mile or so upriver, there's a little area where I found some really cool stuff back in the day. And at that spot there was a big like log jam that has been there for years, and I don't know if it's been washed out, but if it has, there should be stuff where that log jam used to be, because I couldn't get up underneath it because it was a big nasty area. So what we're going to do is we're going to paddle upstream and we're going to jump in and start finding some cool stuff. I'm not going to tell you what it is until we start finding it. And if I see anything on the way, I will be sure to let you know. But you may not see me until the first awesome relic of the day comes out of the water. You'll be there, don't worry. Well, this is the log jam right here, and it actually looks like it's washed out quite a bit, so we might just get lucky today. Well, the log jam is slightly gone, but it's still like really mucky and messy in here, so it's going to be a hard hunt. I think pretty sure there were a lot more trees for sure right here, and it looks like a lot of the trees are gone, but there's a lot of mud, so it might be a little tougher than I was hoping when I first drove up on it. Well, this place is absolutely paved with iron, which probably is a good sign because that means we might find some stuff. But I'm getting iron signals, and I just stuck my magnet down there, and this is what I found. Go ahead and take this stuff out, and we'll just start piling it in the boat for now, as much as we can. It might be too much in here though. I want you to listen just real quick so you know what it sounds like, and I promise I won't make you listen to this all day, but there's a lot of cans in here too, beer cans, but we'll dig. That might be something good right there, something big iron. That's what we're looking for really. But here are those grunts. That's probably a can. But all right, so what I'm going to do, let's see if we can find this thing right here. Right there, we'll just get the magnet. I mean, this is an old dumping area actually, if you haven't figured it out. I think just going to go off every time I set it down. Let's see, what do we got? I don't think I even need a metal detector here, do I? Big round nail, another piece of iron. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set my metal detector down and just poke around with a magnet for a few minutes and see what we find. Then I'll show you, and if we're not finding anything good, we'll move around a little bit more and try to figure out what these things are going to sound like. You'll be happy when you see what they are. Well, what I hope we're going to find. Okay, so I'm just poking around a little bit with a magnet, and I got the metal detector back out too. I'm just finding a lot of this iron, and so I got the pinpointer, and I went down with the pinpointer just to feel around, and there's all kinds, there's so much stuff in here. That's like coke or something, burned coal. And there's a big old bone. I don't think it's human. That's probably somebody's supper, I would guess. I don't see any butcher marks on it, but yeah, there's just a lot of junk, so I'm going to hunt around with the metal detector a little bit more. Okay, I got my first target that feels like it could be close to what I'm looking for. It feels good and heavy. No. Well, that is a giant like washer or some type of steel work probably. Big bolt would have gone through there, and it's like just pretty sure that's a giant washer. It could be a stand or something too, but it's not what I'm looking for. But now you're kind of figuring out I'm looking for big iron, aren't I? It might be big steel. Well, this is one of the big squeakies I was hearing, and it is like the top to, I don't think it's copper, it looks like it's tin. It had a handle on it as part of the rim. Really good signal, but this stuff is so nasty in here. I mean, it's just like really horrible digging. I'm sure this is probably full of all kinds of nasty diseases, so I am not going to stick my head underwater. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be in the water here. It's pretty gross. But I'm pretty sure we'll find some stuff, so you just keep hanging in there, okay? It'll be good, I promise. Well, our pile of stuff is certainly growing. I just dug this. That's a big, like a card jack. And there's a lot of these things in here. They don't really sound that great, but I'm digging them anyway. And I found this, which you guys probably should recognize. This is a plow, part of a plow that someone threw in here. This is obviously a big junk pile. And this metal lid that I found is iron. This magnet sticks to it, so it's not copper, but it's plated. All right, I'm going to keep at it until we find what I'm looking for. So we're going to find one today, at least one. I was coming over here against the bank to change my batteries out because I'm on one bar and I got a good signal here. That could be what we're looking for. Right there. That's right in the range that we want. Now, unfortunately, there are so many cans in here. We can't. I can't dig the anything that sounds like it's not iron. It's so tough. All right. I'm not feeling it yet. Could be down under this muck. Now this is a really weird one, and I want to show you what's going on. I know what's happening, and it's not what I was hoping it was going to be. If you look at my meter, and I haven't changed the battery yet, I'm going to do that as soon as I'm finished this clip. I'm getting a nice, I've dug a hole like a foot deep with my foot, 46-ish, and it sounds like a good piece of iron. Like I said, I've dug down about a foot, and it's actually moved over to the side now. And the only other thing that will sound like that, read like iron, but not be attracted to the magnet, because I got the big old powerful magnet there, it's aluminum foil. If there's some type of aluminum foil down there, that will just give a tremendously good, almost like an artillery shell signal. But since there's no iron in it, the magnet won't be able to grab it. Now, I'm not going in the water here. That's just too grody for me, so I'm just going to have to assume that's aluminum foil, because the magnet is just not getting it. So we'll let that one go. Sounds sweet though. Look at that. That sounds like a irony signal, but it's actually moved over now about a foot, and just nothing with a magnet. All right, let's change the batteries, find something good. So I've been finding a few things, but nothing, well, fairly nothing. This is basically what I've come up with. A lot of stuff here. This is a dump that I'm detecting that obviously has a lot of junk in it, but has some good stuff too. We just haven't found it until now. And I eyeballed it. This is really kind of embarrassing. I'm going along the bank here, and oh, hey, by the way, before I show you what I just found, here's some of the aluminum foil that I was telling you about that will give a good reading, like in the 40s, like a nice solid piece of artillery shell or something. I went ahead and saved that for you. Okay, so anyway, as I'm bebopping along here, all busted and disgusted because I haven't found anything worth showing you, I noticed something on the bank behind me. I'll point it, see if you can see it. It's back here somewhere. I saw it in the junk. Right there. Can you see it? All right. Maybe I have to move over here. Hold on a second. All right. So if you follow my finger down, you should be able to see something there on the bank that looks pretty interesting. If you know the Chig and what he likes. Oh, it's pretty interesting to me. Anyway, so yeah, going along, and I look over, and I see exactly what I'm looking for. Right there. Do you know what that is? I don't know how that ended up like that. I've hunted this thing quite a few times, and I've found 300, 400, 500 of those things here. This, my friend, is a solid bolt artillery or tank shell from a Sherman tank from World War II. This is a World War II dump that I'm digging. Somebody outside of the service. Oh, that was a nasty looking one. That thing has been, oh, nasty. Someone had an illegal dump here, and they dumped a bunch of stuff. I got hundreds of these things and some smaller ones and other World War II stuff like bayonets and mess trays. But this is a solid artillery shell. It's not non-explosive, 100%. It's obviously been up on the bank for a long time because you see how it's all falling apart on this rotating band right here. That's what grabs the rifle in when you fire it. There'll be numbers and stuff on there, and it'll tell you exactly what it is, and it'll tell us this is a solid shot. So, although we didn't find it with a metal detector, we didn't find it in the water, we didn't get skunked. It's a pretty sad looking one though. Well guys, I hate to say it, but I'm going to call it quits. I've been here about 2 more hours since the last scene I shot. I found a few things, but nothing like really fantastic, and I'm afraid I might be covered with leeches. I'm back in the area where we first started. As you can see, I got a ton of junk. A lot of just metal, some pieces of pipe. I don't know if I showed you the chain when I dug it. Neat piece of chain, little lug wrench. Wouldn't be surprised if that went off of a military vehicle. This, I'm not so sure what that is. Don't know what that little doodad is. almost like a spur when I first found it, but it's not. Some little pieces of iron that kind of fancy. Not sure what those are. Electrical, that's an electrical insulator of some sort. A lot of junk, tons of these cans in here, a couple plow points or pieces of plow. Basically this is it. This is my 75mm anti-armor round from World War II. I guarantee it. I found, like I said, I found a ton of these in here. Unfortunately, this is such bad shape, I might not even keep it. I did find a couple of these little guys. These are little, these are probably 37mm. I think I found 37 42s, and they were all solid shot too. You notice it's got a little dimple in the base right there. That's just barely can see it. That's where they had the tracer element. I might not even keep those because they're all in such bad shape. In fact, I probably won't keep anything here, actually. It'd be kind of embarrassing rolling into the boat ramp with a kayak looking like this, wouldn't it? All this junk. All right, so that's going to have to be it. I'm going to detect just a little bit more. If I find something else, we'll work it into the video and let you know what I'm doing. But this is my wrap-up. Not great, but at least we did find one 75mm anti-armor round from World War II. Awesome. We'll see you on the next one.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised